Hey everyone, welcome to Pop XP. And before the show starts, make sure to click that subscribe button and click the bell to get notifications when we go live and we upload awesome new content. And don't forget, if you can, make sure to share our stream on all your social media outlets. We appreciate it, and thanks for helping us grow the Pop XP channel. Oh shit, Hot Girl Bell!
Oh yeah, Hot Girl Bell.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a crazy night.
Hot Girl
messy
Bell.
night. It's getting steamy and sticky.
Gonna be
and
ridiculous.
Here with mops and rags and buckets. What's up, fellas?
Not much. How's it going?
It's going, man. It's going.
Oh,
Look at you.
gonna put the shades on.
Look at that, man. It's far as glaucoma. But anyways, you look great, man. You look great.
Yeah, the
Whoa,
future's
great.
so bright.
Good to see you guys. This is gonna be a great show. It feels
Yes,
it
gonna be
feels
fun.
good to be back. Scala, I love the intro. I love the golden age of creator. What does that say? The golden age of creator-owned comics or something?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. You came up with it, bro. Come on. Come on, dude. No.
It's your
The
world. We're just in
golden
it.
age of creators.
Yes.
Independent publishing and comics for all.
That they own their own stuff.
They do. They own it. That's the way to go.
Badass.
That's how we're going to save this industry. I'm just saying. No, it doesn't need saving. It just needs a little more of a special someone.
Yeah,
maybe?
this industry needs it.
Uh-oh.
A
this
special
industry
talented
Needs,
someone.
needs a little more pop too. A little
You
more
think?
what?
A little more pop?
XP. Oh,
Well, gentlemen, we got a great night. We got two awesome guests on.
Yep.
can't
Two
wait.
amazing creators. One for
Friend.
the first time. We'll have him on in a little bit. And a returning friend of ours.
Yes.
Can we bring her on?
Sure. Why do you well, let's make it some introduction here.
All right.
Inkpot Award recipient, New York Times bestselling writer, artist. My goodness, changed the face of not only of her own creator-owned things, but changed the face of one of the most popular comic book characters of the past 15 years, Harley Quinn, taking her from what would you say? She was a battered spouse,
It's a little
right?
scary.
Or a significant other partner. Into a powerhouse, standalone, independent superstar. How's that?
That's great.
Oh,
That's great.
Thank you.
couldn't have
Do you
said it
want
better
to
myself.
say
I
what
don't
her
think.
name is? Do you want to say what her name is?
Say it.
Miss Amanda Carter!
Oh, no!
Amanda,
Thank you. What a heartwarming introduction that was.
You get the hot girl gong.
Hot girl gong.
Heck yeah.
Girls gone gong.
Can we do that anymore, though? Can you do the hot? Well, yeah, you can, because you deserve it.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you, Amanda.
You can
for
do whatever
being-
you want because we're streaming.
That's right. We can do whatever we
You can
want.
do whatever you want. Doesn't
That's
matter.
It's your world. We're just in it.
How's it going, you beautiful people? It's so great to see your faces.
Yes.
Yep.
How have
You
you
did
been,
one of
in
Amanda?
the studio,
Talking to you
real
guys.
people, yay!
So, Amanda, you've had a crazy couple of weeks that you launched this blockbuster campaign. You did San Diego Comic-Con. Have you, in the midst of this campaign, have you recovered from San Diego? Because I haven't quite yet.
No,
Yeah.
you know what? It's funny. Every year it takes me longer to recover,
Mhm.
and I think that's just like, because I don't have my 20s and 30s energy anymore, and every year
Yeah,
I'm
those
like,
were the
"Oh,
days,
yeah."
right? Remember that?
I remember
We
that.
had so much fun then.
Well, Amanda, I have to say, Debbie informed me that apparently I was feeling no pain Monday after the show by the pool.
Oh yeah, I
And-
think you were hanging out with Jimmy and Frank
Yeah.
Thierry, correct?
And
Yeah, you weren't.
apparently there was an empty bottle of wine there of Cabernet. And Debbie's like, "What the hell's wrong with you? You're slurring your words." You're like, "No, I'm not." And she said that you went like this and pointed to the empty bottle. And you go. And apparently, I drank the whole bottle. Thanks a lot.
I know you must have drank it because Jimmy
No, I
doesn't
didn't.
like wine. I don't think Frank drinks wine,
No.
and I didn't have any.
Yeah.
So I think it was all you.
Yeah, and then she's like, "You drank a whole bottle." I'm like, "No." Well, what else are you gonna do sitting by a pool in 85-degree weather? Drink a whole bottle of wine.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why not? You gotta stay
Well, I had a
hydrated.
margarita
How about-
before that, and then
Yeah.
Jimmy bought me a beer. I was drinking a beer.
Stay hydrated.
Woo!
Hi.
Hey,
Hello,
TJ.
TJ.
All right,
DJ
Scala.
James.
Enough with the tomfoolery and ballyhoo.
All right, all
Um,
right.
So yeah, I haven't quite recovered yet. And yeah, like the past couple of weeks have been really mind-blowing for me, you know. Like I'm a little shell-shocked. I'm happy, but I'm shell-shocked.
Were you anticipating how well it's been doing?
No.
Really?
No.
Modest.
I'm really
Modest
happy, but
brag.
I think I'm still incredulous. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Well, and now I have this like I have anxiety because I'm like, God, I hope it's worth it. You know, it's like I feel like I have to add to it and make it even better, you know, because I'm like, uh-oh, is this gonna be like a big disappointment? Hopefully not, you know, hoping that everybody
No,
is,
it
you know.
won't be. Now, is this campaign that you guys did, is this kind of like your first solo one?
This is my well, you know, I gotta give credit where credit is due. Jimmy and Patrick, you know, they do like the heavy lifting. You know, it's like when it comes to Kickstarters, they really know what they're doing. You know, they're on top of it. Me, I'm just like, I don't know, I just draw the pictures, you know. So you know, it was just us collecting a whole bunch of stuff, sending it to John J. Hill, who's a great designer, and you know, he put together this beautiful book, and then I was like, I don't think it's enough, you know, so I just threw more art at him. You know, I did a deep dive into a lot of old stuff on my computer, and I found a bunch of things. I was like, I forgot I had this, and I sent more stuff to him. So I'm kind of torturing him by, you know, adding more things.
It's a big book. It's a big hardcover, and it's
Yeah.
incredibly affordable for a limited book. You know, limited
Oh,
book.
yeah.
96 pages, is it?
Yeah.
Holy and
It was
hardcover.
gonna be
90
smaller, but we were like,
$35.
it just seemed so like minuscule. Like we didn't feel comfortable making it under 96 pages. So
I like
so
TJ's comic. Want to see shit never seen before from Amanda? Help get the campaign to
There
130,000.
you go.
Right.
Go,
All right,
TJ.
let's go. What do you got? Well, why don't we show the campaign now?
Boom. Right there. Wow.
oh,
Wow.
Look at 50
You still have 7 days to go, too. You
I
really could
know,
get to
I know.
130,000. And you're almost at 1,500 backers. That's incredible.
wow. That's gonna be a lot of mailing.
You know, Amanda, we gotta
What a
have.
signing.
Do you fulfill? You guys fulfill yourselves, right? Or are you using a service? Do you know?
No, we it's Jimmy and Patrick. They do all the heavy lifting, but I you know, since this is an Amanda Connor based book, I will feel guilty if I don't help them do at least a big portion of the heavy lifting. So yeah, that we fulfill it ourselves. That might not be so smart, but hey, here we are.
I have to ask, are you gonna sneak any like little trinkets for any random backers?
Uh-oh.
Mhm.
Uh-oh, a little secret.
What do you
Maybe.
mean?
And
I
that's,
don't
you know,
know. Like maybe like a little note,
we have
like a
to ask
special
Jimmy
little
and Patrick.
custom
Because-
note from Amanda.
A
A
little
lock
note
of
that
hair
says,
for Blevins. I don't know.
Of all the people, you're my favorite.
Yeah, yeah. Of all the backers, you're my favorite.
Yeah, just like one backer, just Brian Blevins. That's it.
Yes.
Just
I
this
love
guy.
you. I love you, Brian.
But do you want
I do
Jimmy to
wanna-
get jealous though? Because you are Jimmy's biggest fan, Brian. So
That's right. Well, Jimmy's my best friend in the whole wide world.
Oh, that's
The
right.
bestest
And
ever.
Jimmy loves you too.
That's awesome.
Sorry, he would be here, except he's on a phone meeting downstairs. So
not with his better friends, Brian, but his
No.
business.
No, yeah,
Yeah, it's just
yeah,
a business.
I got
not
it.
like
I
true
got it.
friendship.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not gonna flip out or nothing.
All right,
Did you ever
Amanda,
catch on to that, Amanda? Like whenever we'd have you on and you'd have like Blevins would be like, "Oh, hey, Jimmy," and you'd always be like, "Oh, hey, Amanda." I always wondered if you caught
Dude,
on
all
to
the
that.
Yeah, like I was like, I don't think she ever catches on. Like I said, I was like, Jimmy. Oh, and hi, Amanda.
oh, hi.
Uh,
All right.
Okay.
So let's look at this beautiful book here. This hardcover beauty.
Gorgeous.
yeah. Tell
Thank
us how
you.
did this come about? What tell us the background of it. Like
Well, basically, Jimmy, you know, because Jimmy just has he is one of those guys that can spin plates, you know, and if he's not spinning like 6 plates and he's only spinning 4 plates, he's like, what can I do right now? You know, so he's like been saying for the longest time, we got to do an Amanda Connor sketchbook. It'll be fun. Come on, let's do it. And I'm like, all right. So he was just like, see if you can gather up a bunch of artwork that, you know, people may, you know, like all the artwork in there has been seen by people who aren't me, but a lot of the stuff in there has not been seen by a majority of the people. Like there's stuff in there that is from like Spin magazine and Revolver magazine. I used to do um uh like an advice column where instead of Dear Abby, it was Vinny from Pantera. He used to be in Pantera, and then he was in Damage Plan, and he sadly passed away a few years back. But so that was a really fun thing because his advice is way, way, way like different than Abigail Van Buren. But I used to like illustrate, I'd pick out like some of the best questions and I would illustrate them. And that was a big blast to do. Do you I don't know, Billy, do you remember Lara Bennert? She was a friend that used to hang out with us in New York.
Lara
Bennert. She was the editor on it.
Okay.
And she hired me. She's like, I think you'll be really good at this. And it was one of the projects that I just loved so much.
I'm sure if I see her, I
Yeah.
remember. They say if you remember the early 2000s, late 90s, you weren't there. Hey, Amanda, are you gonna remember when I was putting together that omnibus and I found a bunch of your roughs, cover roughs and stuff? Will you have any things like that?
Yes.
Sort of that's unfinished art, or sketches and things like that.
There's a lot of finished art. There's a lot of unfinished art. There's some of it is. I think a lot of people like to see the process. So there's like roughs, and then there's pencils, and then there's inks, and then there's colors. That kind of stuff. You'll see that kind of stuff in the book. Because people do enjoy seeing. I enjoy it. I don't know about everybody else, but I really enjoy.
I think the roughs are some of the best stuff to look at.
Yeah, they're so fun.
Yeah, I love them myself.
Especially when they're not exactly like you see the rough and everything, and then
Yeah.
you almost see the changes that they made for the finished product too.
Right.
I love seeing like the different ideas, because sometimes I've actually seen in the past where I personally, just in my opinion, I've seen some roughs from like, oh man, I wish they actually finished that.
Right.
Pose or whatever for that character versus what the final product was. But
Yeah.
you got where they were coming from. It's like a little glimpse inside your crazy artistic mind.
The thought process. Yeah. Well, here's the weird thing about roughs is like sometimes, and this happens to me a lot. I do roughs and they're roughs, so they're not perfect. It's like an arm is too long, or this, like things are out of place.
Mm-hmm.
But the energy and the emotion and just the whole like vibe is there, and then you want to fix everything that you did wrong, so you end up tightening it up, but a lot of the energy kind of gets lost when you tighten it up.
Yeah.
When you fix everything.
Yeah, because it's so organic, right? And that passion that's there, and then like you said, you clean it up. So I'm glad you're adding the roughs to it, because I love them myself.
Yeah, like you see the process here, right?
Yeah.
Like your different roughs and things, and then your final product.
Yeah. It's really, I love to see that in art. When you get a sketchbook at the convention from like, some of your favorite animators and, or your favorite artists, it's so fun to see process work.
Yeah. Now, another thing that's pretty cool, and maybe Blevins wants to touch base on this right here.
The Betty Page.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, so this, how did this Susie Floozy Betty Page story come around?
Susie the Floozy is she's awesome.
Did you find her? Because wasn't she
missing? We found her.
Susie the Floozy.
Jimmy did some detective work, and I mean it was like it took us years to find her. I'm not kidding. It took us years, and then Jimmy figured some stuff out, and he was like, wait a minute, and he found her. And yeah, she's so funny, she's so terrific. But it was going to be a book. Remember when DC had what was it? It was a Paradox Press, was it? Back in the late 90s, they were doing those big books, like big books of urban legends, and big book of, this was going to be one of those big books, and it was the big book of Wild Women.
Oh.
So and it just fell through. And
never seen the light of day, huh?
Never saw the light of day. And we had this art for the longest time, and at some point a few years ago, DC said, yeah, you can print it, but you have to find Susie and get her permission to use the words. And I'm like, oh, okay, we'll find Susie. Little did we know it was going to be really tough to find her, but eventually we found her.
And she was living like 5 miles away from you. No, man. You're like, oh my God, I see you at Starbucks every Wednesday.
Who inked this piece?
Jimmy inked it.
Oh, what? Oh,
Jimmy.
wow. What a coincidence. I just asked that and I saw inked by a master.
Oh.
What?
Hi, baby.
He's like in the corner, like, hi. He's on his phone, like, shh.
He did. I still look at the pages and I'm like, oh man, we were like on fire with this project. We did a really good job on it, I thought.
It's awesome.
You know, I'm really proud of it.
Yeah.
How long is the story? Oh, five pages. Okay. Well, that's a lot. That's a lot of story.
Yeah.
5 pages. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So did you expect, like, were you nervous? Do you get, I know Jimmy does. I know how involved Jimmy gets with it because he, like you say, Jimmy and Patrick were, but what about you right before you launched? Do you get nervous? Do you try not to get to think about it? Yeah.
I try not to. I didn't get nervous because Jimmy's had a really excellent run with. Hey, thank you so much.
Thank you.
He's really good at being realistic about Kickstarter goals and what it's gonna take to, he's so good at the logistics.
Mm-hmm.
He knows what it's going to take to mail out, this many hundreds of packages to people. And, he's like, some of these are going to get, damaged in the mail. And he knows how to just line everything up and know what it's going to take. So his Kickstarters are always successful because he knows what he needs to ask for and what's realistic and what's not realistic. So I was like, I from the beginning, I was like, well, Jimmy and Patrick are running it. It'll be fine. But then when it started like blowing up, I was just like, I'm one of those people that I'm like, oh, this is too good. When's the other shoe going to drop? What's going to happen? So then I stopped thinking about it because I get really, really nervous. But I'm very flattered and I'm really grateful that it's doing as well as it is.
Yeah, one of the best things that I love about not just I'm just talking about the Kickstarters from Paper Films, like, the books are definitely limited, which you guys have an awesome statement asking people like, hey, look, let's keep the limited stuff limited, like don't just blow it out. Like, we want to make sure everybody gets a copy of this limited stuff. But you do have a great sell through. Like, there's not just tons of excess stuff left over. Like, you don't hugely over order or anything like that. I just think I think it's solid, like, to have the, he talks about the expectations. I mean, like, you let the backers know the exact expectations and the product that they're buying is safe, from being overprinted. I think that's a great security blanket, I guess, to make sure that you order, that you back these projects.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think one of the problems with being like a creative person is that, and this isn't everybody, but I think like maybe it's a left brain, right brain thing, but a lot of like creative people, they're like, I'm going to do a Kickstarter, because this would be me if I didn't have Jimmy. I'm going to do a Kickstarter and not think about what it's going to entail, and then not be able to handle the amount of work that it truly is. And seeing Jimmy doing all of those previous Kickstarters has made me visually understand the amount of work that goes into a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get calls from people all the time. I want to do a Kickstarter. Then not unlike what Jimmy did to me 5 years ago when we were thinking about doing it. We've been doing it 2.5 years now, 3 years.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, yeah, I want to do it. And then you sit down with someone and they talk to you for 20 minutes about how hard it is. And then it's like, oh, and I don't know if Jimmy I'm sure he does. And then the people, then, they're friends of ours, like, hey, could you do this for me? No, I can't do it for you.
No.
because it's so much friggin' work. It really
is, and you know it. You know exactly what it takes. It is a ton of work, you know. So
But it's
yeah,
so worth
you
it.
have to be passionate about the Kickstarter project that you're doing in order to do it, because it's gonna kick your ass. It
Mhm.
really
Yeah.
is.
Nice. Now, do you like doing this crowdfunding thing though? Because I mean, obviously, we all know you from all your mainstream success and everything. But is this like that type of path that is like? Does it feel natural for you? Like, oh, this is a great journey to be on. Like, I'm going to do this book, and then I could do another creative piece, and just kind of do like your own thing.
I mean, I think really the only thing that feels natural to me is when I'm just drawing.
Mhm.
I actually I have to have, you know, when we fulfill Kickstarters, I've got one of those brains like, you know, you throw too much stuff at it and I just shut down. It's like I don't know where to go with this. So I actually have to have Jimmy go, okay, here's what you're gonna do. See that pile of books over there? You're gonna sign them all. I'm like, okay, that I can do. Just point me in the right direction and tell me what to do and I'll do it. So because sometimes I just don't know where to start.
Yeah.
So it helps to have somebody who has very you know, linear thinking to just, you know, go, okay, you know, point me in a direction and then like pull the trigger, just like go, you know.
Mhm.
So yeah, but I think one of the wonderful things that does feel natural is just being able to, you know, do our own thing. You know, that's the coolest thing is like, you know, not having somebody go, you know, uh, we can't do, you know, what we can't publish this. It's a
Yeah.
nipple
Yeah.
slip, you know. So
Yeah, you could have as much nipple slipping as you want. Honey.
exactly.
Free the nipple in the pages.
Yeah. Free the nipple.
Free the nipple, everyone.
It puts
It's
the nipple
nurturing
in.
our imaginations.
Yeah. So
So it's
uh,
cool. Inside the book, you've got it's cool. You got this page here. Now this is where you're signing inside the book.
yes. Yeah, it's
Awesome.
a little that stemmed from an idea that came about back when Jimmy and I were doing Harley Quinn, and we asked DC if we could do a cover where there's art on the cover, but there's like a little box where you can do a small sketch in it.
Mhm.
And that's the cover where Harley Quinn is like stealing a painting out of a museum. And we left the painting blank so you could put, you know, whatever you wanted in it. So we wanted to do another one of those. And we're like, well, what's going to be in the blank? You know, what's it going to be a blank thing of? And we're like, oh, a TV, you know,
I
so
love the
yeah.
retro look to it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Thank
you're gonna do
you.
It's great.
little
Hey.
sketches in that box as well, depending on
Yes.
the tier.
Yep. Yes.
Awesome.
So that'll be fun. You can get your very own pro.
Hey, there's a slip
Yeah,
here.
well,
Little shag
There's
rub.
one of those slips we were talking about. Look at
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
I'm backing it.
Well, I'd like to say welcome to the Six-Figure Club, young lady.
Oh my goodness, I'm blown
Wow.
away.
Wow. Holy crap, that's awesome.
Yeah, I
Oh my
think
God.
isn't all the sketch stuff sold?
What's that?
Oh yeah. Hey, look, Jimmy just said all the sketch stuff is sold out. I was about to say I thought all the sketch stuff was sold out.
Nice.
Oh yeah, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was gonna have you sketch a picture of Jimmy for me.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God.
It's a sketch of him, and he's got Jimmy in
Yeah.
like his little backpack.
Him and me just hey.
Him and Jimmy.
So and then at the so you've cracked the $100,000 stretch goal here,
Whew.
and then you have
Yeah.
the 110 a sketchbook, the Gate Crasher sketchbook. Interesting.
Sketches, layouts, prelims, more for all backers in digital. That's
awesome. So then if you hit 110, then they're getting like 2 art books.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat. Will it be bound like a sketchbook?
I think it's, what does it say? All backers in digital form. So yeah, I don't know how that works.
Oh, I didn't read that last part.
I'd like to see what she's going to do
Foolish I
that you've
am.
never seen her do before digitally.
Wait.
Wait, what's that? What's that, Billy?
It says if you hit 130, you're gonna see you do something that no one's ever seen you do before, but in digital form. So maybe we get our own little Amanda Kana.
Yeah. I
Only hams? No.
That's
That's digital.
You know, it's so funny because I never, like, so many people I know for the past, 20, 25, 30 years have learned Photoshop. And and I like it was so not intuitive for me. Like Photoshop is just like is a big head scratcher for me. I'm so used to working, old school with, pen and paper. And Photoshop is so not that, but there are so many comic artists that are so good at it. But then once the iPad Pro came along and Procreate, which is so artist intuitive, I was just like, this is my thing. And so I've been, really having a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's what you were showing me in San Diego. We were doing that night. Oh my God, that was crazy.
Yes, it was fun, right?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And it's just, it's like it's much more, artist intuitive than Photoshop is.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that the iPad Pro
I agree with that.
is just a game changer. I've drawn on my Surface Pro, some other devices. I mean, my Wacom Cintiq just sits there because it's like you can do everything on the iPad Pro, and you can do it in the comfort of any location you want.
Yes. Yeah, so it's so like, portable.
Yeah, you can like work. And you're like, oh man, I got to take a bathroom break. You just bring your studio with you, like wherever you go. You can just keep working. But it really is, and it's a powerhouse because it's so responsive too.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And yes,
unbelievable.
You need to be a
100%.
Procreate spokeswoman.
Yeah. Okay, if they want me to, I will do it.
Can we make that happen, for goodness sakes?
We need to call them up. Hey, this is Brian.
Hey, this is Brian. Oh, hey, Brian.
We need you to go ahead and make this happen.
They're like, do you really know, Jim? You're like, yeah, we just had a photo shoot. Here's the proofs.
Here's the proof. It's horrible and
Very
awesome.
Cool.
Amanda,
awesome, Amanda,
where are you guys printing the book? Do you know?
Jimmy knows. Jimmy and Patrick know. I don't know. I'm not sure. I know nothing. I just draw the pictures.
Yeah, you draw the shit out of them pictures, that's for sure.
You do.
Thank you.
Unbelievable.
Great
I'm
job.
so proud of you. You gotta have a party when you close, though. You gotta do like an online live stream. Oh, you just went up even more. Have an online.
Thank you.
Yeah, have an online live stream.
So I have a question for you. So I think this is amazing, especially the fact that you have the Pro. The Pro obviously is going to be a big part of this because this is you guys' creation and everything. But a lot of people may not know this, but you have a Pro mini story coming out in Image number 6. How did that come about? And are we thinking that we might have like a series coming soon or something, or what's up?
I hope so. I've been wanting to do more Pro for such a long time. So, and what gets in the, and I love working for the big two, because I love their characters. I grew up with their characters. But when you're working for the big two on characters that you have loved since you were a child, or yes, more Pro. Or even for smaller companies, you work on, characters that you love. It is sort of a roadblock to doing, the stuff that you want to work on that's creator owned. So, and I tend to I can't juggle. Like some people are really, really good at working on 3 things at once. And I'm just not one of those people. I sort of have to stay focused on one thing. It's hard for me to go back and forth. So I'm trying to, not that I want to, but I'm trying to do less of the regular stuff that I usually do and work on more of the creators' own stuff.
Yeah.
Nice. Did they approach you guys, or did you guys approach them? Or I'm just curious how the whole Image 6 thing came around.
I think Jimmy was talking to them. You know, Jimmy can answer if he's not. I know he's like answering every once in a while. I think he's, like I said, he spins a lot of plates at once. So I think he's actually doing a phone, like a phone meeting. And he's also,
in the chat.
watching this at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it, but
Nice.
yeah.
He just said
he said we offered it. Nice.
Yeah.
He did. Okay.
And then Bad Mojo. What was that, Billy?
No, I think if you guys do if you crowdfund a new pro comic, 32.
Oh my gosh,
dude, it'd be broken.
$500,000. $500,000, I say. Hit the bell, Billy. $500,000.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And Bad Mojo says, Amanda, your Invincible Sonia is one of the funniest Sonia stories I've read since Oming Run. I wish you did the pencils too. The book read better than it looked.
Oh, did you not like Moritat's? I personally, I mean, I would love to have done the interiors, but I'm not fast enough. But I love Moritat's pencils. That's why we were like, get him. Yes, let's get him. Because I personally love them. But art is one of those things sometimes you love it, sometimes you don't love it. So, but yeah, I would have loved to have done the interiors if I was like faster and more on fire. But
you got another backer too, by the way. Now you're at 1451.
Thank you.
I mean, you're on fire. Don't get it wrong. Like, you're on fire. Like,
and everyone that's watching this live now and it's gonna be watching this recorded, there's 7 days left on this campaign. So please share it. Obviously, back it if you love Amanda Connor like we all do. But please back it on your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, and just help spread the love of just self-publishing and doing our own stuff out here. Because this is just, if you're an artist, I mean, these are the things that help inspire us. Again, going through seeing the creative process of an artist, especially at the caliber of Amanda and all the years that she's put into her craft.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, you go through, you get to see the process. This is what inspires us to become better at what we do. So yeah, really, just give this a support, a backing, and share.
Yeah. Put it everywhere. Yelp, Quora, Carrier Pigeon, whatever you can do. Let's get the word out.
Yeah, you got to have an end stream. So does this end
like a party?
Days? Does it end next Thursday? Then I guess.
Is
Jimmy,
it or is it Wednesday? Jimmy will know.
Wednesday or Thursday. Well, if it says 7 days left right now, so it's probably ending Thursday.
Right.
Yeah.
Or that could maybe even run into Friday. Did you
launch?
It's Wednesday. I think it's probably Wednesday. Oh,
Jimmy
Wednesday. Jimmy said Wednesday. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
Right,
Wednesday the 17th. It ends on Wednesday the 17th.
Very good. Excellent.
Do
you know anything about fulfillment time for backers?
October.
Don't worry about it. You'll get it when you get it.
Yeah.
Amanda Connor. You
try
get it
and get
it.
She
does the draw rings, Niall.
I know.
The draw rings.
I'm just asking. I actually ask so that then Jimmy answers in the chat.
He does, but you know what? He tries
October.
to get Kickstarters out as soon as he can. October. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a real pro at that.
Right.
And that's so important to fulfill.
Yeah.
Different kind of pro, but he's still there.
Oh, that's right. Nice.
Also,
well, that I know of. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. She pulls some interesting tricks. I could see a little influence there.
But I think also printing times have, since COVID threw everything into upheaval, I think printing times are lagging more than they used to.
Oh yeah, we sent our books to our printer a month ago, and the covers about 2 months ago almost. And we got a date of September 26th to get our book.
Okay.
And they've had that book already for over a month now. So it's just the way, that's just the state of the industry. It's the way it is now. It's just, what are you going to do? Sucks, but oh well.
Yeah.
Definitely. But we're getting there. We're getting there, Billy, huh?
Well, Amanda, again, you're just a giant. You're wonderful, and no one's more deserving than you of this to hit 6 figures. And you got 7 days left. 130 for sure. Let's do it. Let's see Amanda do something no one's ever seen.
Oh,
Betty and Veronica piece.
Betty and Veronica.
Ooh,
the Betty and Veronica. It was a commission.
Oh, I bet I know.
Oh.
It's naughty.
Oh, is that going to be the book?
Yeah.
There's a Betty and Veronica piece in the book that you've never seen before.
There's something I want to say, but I don't know if I should. Are they dining in or out? I don't know. Anyways,
hello. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's doing takeout or the other way.
no.
But anyways. What? I feel like an animal right now.
Anyway,
No.
what a nice segue. Amanda, we have a friend, a guest
Yay!
in the green room back here. Do you mind if we bring him in and talk about his amazing campaign too?
Please do. He's
Billy.
he's one of our favorites.
He
Would
really
you like to
is.
introduce him, Amanda?
Yes. Although you know what? I think you should, because I remember like I used to say people's last names from Canada, and Darwin Cook, God bless him, when he was around, was like, "That's not how you pronounce it," you know. And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
I wonder if I'm saying it right.
Well,
yeah,
I'm
now
gonna
I'm all
say it,
self-conscious
and then
now.
he can
Sounds
correct me if I
French,
say it
man.
wrong.
Sounds
I would like
French.
to introduce Andy Belanger.
Ooh.
Oh!
You did it.
Yes,
You hit it.
Oh, so it's not Belanger?
No, it's not Belanger.
I thought it was
Belanger.
Belanger.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
Belanger.
Belanger.
And
Belanger.
so happy to-
Oh,
It just
Belanger.
froze.
Monsieur Belanger.
Give it a decade.
Is he frozen?
What's up,
He's been
Frenchie?
waiting all this
How
time.
you
and
doing,
now
Frenchie?
he's over.
Yeah, I know.
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Billy, you're one of my favorite people in the world. So are you, Amanda. This is awesome. And it's great to see you guys. How's it going?
very
going
good.
on?
Doing awesome.
Fantastic.
I've been sitting
Great
backstage
show.
listening to this, and then starting to talk, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm not even in the thing. I keep seeing stuff, and I'm like, oh wow, I'm not in there.
I'm sorry we took so long to drag you into the the everybody
Into the
Steamy world.
Nileverse. Into the Nile.
No, I'm just so happy, man.
Bring
your
you into the
book is-
conversation.
It's exploding. It's awesome. I love that. I was part of 5 campaigns last year that all did freaking awesome. And Carl's got to that level. I mean, we're in Canadian, so in Canada, you're already 130. So we already think you're a 130.
Wow. So technically,
We're just using the
probably-
Canadian numbers from now on.
Yeah, just use Canadian.
Yeah,
You're
let's
already
just use-
130. Yeah. So good.
Well, let's get to look at this new campaign of yours, buddy. You got
Yes.
let's
Yeah,
bring
so
it
I'm
on,
doing-
Scala. Do you have it loaded up?
Yeah, so
Who
I'm
wants
doing
Mother Trucker
There she
double
is,
whammy,
yeah.
bro.
yeah.
Woohoo.
So basically, Mother Trucker is an ass stomping wrestle goddess who trucks throughout the galaxy looking for her long lost kid and trying to become the champion of Truck Off, which is like the WrestleMania of the Starways. So let's say, Billy, you have the contracts to ship goods in space in your truck for Walmart, and I want
Okay.
them. I'll roll up on side you, challenge you to a match for your contract, and our rings transform into wrestling rings. Like the back of the rig transforms. We go at it, and if I beat you, I get your contract and your truck.
Damn, that sounds like
That's
some
cool.
real redneck space.
Playing
shit
for
going
playing
on.
for
Oh, yeah.
pink.
It's
Paint-
pretty redneck. So Mother Trucker ends up there's a giant explosion where her husband dies, giving a body slam and destroys Texas. And the bad guy sort of revives her and turns her into this genetically enhanced super wrestling trucker. And it's basically the story of her adventures. And each issue is sort of its own story, bookended by a larger story. I always loved in the 80s and early 90s when a comic book felt like a complete story. So all my stuff feels like a complete story. I'm not writing for a graphic novel.
Mhm.
And what this campaign is, which is my first Indiegogo campaign, is I'm taking the first 2 books of Mother Trucker 1 and 2, and you get both of them. And you can also get add-ons, new covers and, all new flags and all kinds of stuff that we had going on. But I kickstarted actually the first 2 issues separately, and they did crazy well that we actually started a company up here in Montreal called Lethal Comics. And I did a Kickstarter for the film Psycho Gorman to make like a heavy metal magazine. And it was something like, 35 creators that we did. And we did really amazing on that one. And I helped Carl Kerschel and Carrie Nord run their Kickstarters. So it was like all last year I ran 5 Kickstarters. And that's heavy duty, 5 Kickstarters. Like you're talking about a lot of work. Holy crap. I went from doing 220 pages a year to like 50 last year.
Wow.
Yeah, and this is the artwork here. So this is some of the stuff. That's WrestleMania. That's like Truck Off 3, where he's gonna slam that dude and he blows up Texas.
Oh, dude. And the art is fantastic. Look at that.
Yeah, the art is awesome.
It's great.
Thanks. So I guess it was
man, lots of violence for a Canadian book.
Yeah. Did I say sorry? That's where, yeah.
So we pretend like we're not violent, but we're like wicked violent. We just don't. It's not all like gun stuff where I'm from. It's like we just punch people. Yeah. Thanks, Jimmy. You're the best. Jimmy's hiding in the background. He's also. I have to admit, all of this Kickstarter business is basically partially on Jimmy. So early on,
blame Jimmy.
So, early on, I had like a meeting with Jimmy to be like, hey, how do I kickstart? And he basically walked me through it. And if you look at my campaign, it's not exactly copied from Jimmy's campaigns, but it's quite close.
Well, you got a good roadmap right there, buddy.
Jimmy's graphic design kind of looks like this. Yeah, exactly. Blame Jimmy. So Jimmy actually kind of like whenever I have questions or need help, him and Patrick really have been there for me and like really, really helped me out when it came to advice on what to do. Yeah, that's what the book looks like. So
yeah, they are very. Yeah, you have to say that. Is the book done, or is that one of the earlier issues? Andy,
they're both done. So in the Indiegogo campaign, which is basically it's a second chance campaign for people on Indiegogo that I haven't worked with before, because I get like people coming to me all the time being like, can you Indiegogo this? I want to Indiegogo, like, I want to back you on Indiegogo. I don't do a lot of Kickstarter stuff. So I'll be like, okay, yeah, no problem. That's hilarious, Daniel. That's how I feel every day. That took me a game. I can't remember what I was talking about.
That is the first main reason to buy it.
Anyway, so this is their chance to get it on Indiegogo and get both books. And part 2 comes into the studio on Monday. It was supposed to be today, but the second was Monday. So like the second it comes here, the second this Indiegogo is finished, people are getting their books like immediately. And then
that never happens. That never happens like ordering on demand in a way. You know what? That never happens. Usually it takes, it could take a year. It could take, 5 years. I got some Kickstarters that I've pledged to about 5-6 years ago. I haven't received yet.
Don't get me started.
I know. Let's not talk about it. We should do a whole show on that.
We should do a whole show on that because there's creators that just aren't fulfilling, and all their mainstream work. They completely pitched, the $100,000 that backers put into their because now they're just doing all this mainstream stuff.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
that's the story for you. Let's not be a Nile downer there, buddy. Today,
sorry.
Yeah.
There's just one guy that really
Nile.
Jimmy, and Patrick, and all you guys, you changed my life. As soon as I started going with crowdfunding, I was making way more money, even more than I did at DC. Way more money, and getting to do what I loved. And basically, I would say it was kind of like 7 years ago, I moved to Montreal in 2012, but 7 years ago, I started getting into professional wrestling because I wanted to make like this amazing wrestling comic. And then I actually like straight up just became a professional wrestler. We still here?
Yep.
You're just coming in and out for a little bit.
I got all the bells. Yeah. So I started pro wrestling, and I've been a pro wrestler now for 7 years. And actually, in the United States, if you go on the Fight Network on Fridays, you get IWS in 2 slots, and you can actually see me wrestle.
No way.
Yeah, it's all over the United States now. Yeah, it's been
That's
that way
so
for
great.
a while. You can watch my matches if it comes up on IWS, but I come up a
That's
lot
cool.
because me and my partner, Sexy Eddie, the Sex Express.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's the animal with a male stripper.
We got
So
round
he's
trip
trying to
tickets.
teach me to be sexy, and I'm teaching him to be more animalistic in the ring. We put on a good show. It's pretty ridiculous.
That's great.
But from there, I actually, was writing this comic, and in comics, you never really get to go do your creator-owned thing. You always talk about it because you're always doing stuff for the big 2, or you're doing stuff for Image or Boom, Dynamite, whatever, and for cash. And then in 2019, I did this giant animation gig for Behavior, Dead by Daylight, and it paid me way more than I make in a year in the span of like 2.5 months. And I was burnt out, and my wife Sylvia was just like, "Hey, why don't you just, after this, you got the money, just do your wrestling comic." And Carl was like, "Yeah, then we'll kickstart it." So that's when I started talking to Jimmy. And the second I kickstarted, everyone that was like around me in the studios were like, "You made how much on one issue?"
Yeah.
And I mean, you got to produce it. You got to got to produce everything and print it and ship it and all the rest of that. But I've been doing so much self-publishing over the years because I don't like working on other people's characters. I like my stuff. Right. So
Absolutely.
It wasn't like a big deal for me. It was like, yeah, there's some stuff of me in the ring. Yeah.
And I just want to say that Mike Cho cover looks amazing.
Yeah, I have that as a
Mike
flag
Cho.
too. Yeah, you can get it as a big like heavy metal wall flag.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
So
great.
it was my dream gig, and I finally got to do it, and we did so well on it the first time out and the second time out that
So
now
great.
I think
Yeah, that looks
so
awesome.
beautiful. So beautiful.
Now look at
Play.
Joe, man. He's just a beast. You got Carl. Who else you got on
Carl, Kerry Nord.
Harry Nord. Jeez. I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
He's got 2. They both did a cover for me each. So we do covers for each other, right? We'll do like that was the first one. And what's funny is I made him redraw it because the other one had like a weird like vagina shot. And I was like, the only thing you had to do in this cover was show her boobs, like naked. That's all you had to do.
Yeah.
And because it was like the naughty cover, and he didn't do it.
Badge. Yeah.
He went all out.
So I was
Went
like,
all,
"You
what was
gotta
his
redo it."
name?
And he did it. Yeah, and he did it digitally, and I was like,
What
so I
was
was
that
like,
guy's?
you gotta paint it, and then we could sell it. So
Amanda, what was that artist's name? Great artist. He did. He worked for Neil Adams. He did Samari. I think he might have done some Vampirella. He was all that in your face. What was his name?
Yeah. He yes.
Great artist.
Was it
but-
Louis Small?
No, not Louis Small.
Not
No,
Louis
it was what's his name? He always had the butt and the everything right there in your face. What the heck's his
Oh,
name? Jimmy would-
Oh my God.
Mark
Jimmy would
Beacom?
definitely know.
Yes, right, Mark. Yeah, Mark. Yeah, Mark Beecham. Yeah, that's right.
Yes,
Oh, I
Beecham.
know
Oh
Mark
my
Beecham, yeah.
goodness. He did.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
likes
yeah,
vaginas very much.
Do you remember him, Andy?
Yeah, for sure.
Great artist, but what an
I know
animal.
all of the dirty artists. That's why I'm friends with Amanda.
I was gonna say you're friends with me.
Yeah, I'm not even like I draw dirty stuff. It's not even close to where Amanda goes. And what's funny is she brought up the Betty and Veronica. I literally talk to Jimmy about Betty and Veronica almost every time I talk to him.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so this is like a chance for Indiegogo people to jump in there and get the books before I launch a third one. So it's gonna be pretty.
And
Is
you
the
had
third
me
one
at
going to
Search
launch on
Express,
Indiegogo
man.
or Kickstarter?
I don't know. Like, you know what? Like, I've done a whole bunch of sort of like interviews this week and last week, and people are like, just do it at the same time. Who cares?
Yeah. That's well. Now you're introducing yourself to the Indiegogo audience because you have your Kickstarter audience, right? And
Yeah, I got a
and it's
Kickstarter
interesting.
audience.
Yep. And like, look at Jimmy. Jimmy's had great success on Kickstarter. Look at Brian Polito. He's had great success on Kickstarter. Then you can turn on the other way. Look at Ethan's had great success on Indiegogo. I'm kind of lucky, or I don't know, ask Debbie because she does all the work, that we almost have we are more successful in Indiegogo. We do. Our numbers are bigger in Indiegogo, but our Kickstarter numbers are great as well. So I've been able to straddle that, to do both because we launched at both at the same time.
Yeah,
And,
so that's what I was thinking. That's why I was talking to you when we were at Heroes, because I was like, holy crap, you kind of like you exploded on both. So that's what it led me to think maybe they're two different stores.
They are
Yeah,
two different.
That was our theory in the studio. It's like they're two different stores. So
And it's weird though, because you can do extremely, extremely well on Kickstarter and bring it over to Indiegogo, and it's like a ghost town, or like vice versa. Guys that are only doing Indiegogo are like, you know what, I'm going to do a Kickstarter, and it's like a ghost town for them.
Yeah, I remember. I think Andy Smith was on Kickstarter, and he did like. I don't think he was very happy with how he did, and then he came over to Indiegogo, and now he like crushes.
Yeah.
So I remember him telling me that. So I mean, this is something that I've already offered people. So it's kind of like, it's not something brand new. So I don't know how something brand new would do. If I went whole hog, brand new, who knows what would happen. But it'd be interesting just to run both at the same time. I know the woman who runs the publishing side of Kickstarter. Like we talk a lot. We're friends, and she thought I like straight up went over to Indiegogo permanently. So she was like emailing me and being like, "Can we have a meeting?" And stuff.
Like,
is it something we said?
Yeah.
I was
like the Panera gift card.
That's pretty incredible, though. That's pretty incredible. They reached out, because I mean, you don't hear about that coming from. I've heard that multiple times, that Kickstarter reaches out and wants to have conversations and meetings, to help their creators be successful. And you don't hear that from the Indiegogo side. You don't hear that story.
I've heard Indiegogo reach out.
Oh yeah, no, they've reached out.
They reach out. Yeah. Kickstarter specifically, I built a relationship with the woman that runs that stuff, and we were given, like, my crew were given like publisher status, so we can run more than one at the same time.
Oh, that's
under the same thing. I think we can run up to 6 or 7.
Oh wow,
that's
the same
incredible.
time. Yeah,
That
which is
a lot of work.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so because it was so much work last year, I hired a team. So now I have a team in there, and I'm training a guy to basically do the work that I do, which is like, the graphics, daily updates, the thank yous, all that stuff that's related to the Kickstarter on a daily basis, which takes me all day. That's the problem. It's like for me to do posts and stuff and then go on my socials after, takes me all day. Just about, so I have to draw all night, and that's why I'm not getting enough drawing done. Like, and we need more product. Like, I want to do 3 to 4 Kickstarters of Mother Trucker a year, like just Mother Trucker. Yeah.
The weird thing is when you do, like I said, doing those updates. Now we do Kickstarter and Indiegogos. You got to do 2 different updates, and then we send out a press release, which we don't get any coverage from the mainstream press at all. Which is crazy. Nothing at all. But it's on our mailing list. It goes out to the fans.
Totally.
But that's a lot of work, man. Right? Unless you write press releases for a living or something, or updates, and every update's different. So you're trying to explain that. But that, again, that's a big part of it, because you got to communicate. You got to get out there. You got to let everyone know what the status is. You got to let them know the printing, because, like you said, you want to do 4 new Mother Truckers a year. The biggest, and it's good that Kickstarter is allowing you to have this publisher status. And I want to look into that too with Indiegogo and Kickstarter, because it's holding us up. People want the books, but now, again, if you heard me earlier, we sent the Shizakura book to our printer over a month ago, and now we're just getting it. We got a date. They're shipping the book from the printer to us on September 26th. That's how hard it is to get things printed these days. Like back in the day, Amanda, when we were doing our books, there was some days that some books I would send them on a Thursday or a Friday, and Diamond would pick it up the following Tuesday.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Those days are gone, because and they say we can't get people to work. That's the craziest thing.
I'm getting crushed.
Yeah,
I'm getting crushed over here. So not only are the times crazy, like, so Mother Trucker was like, when I got the final PDF in, it's been like maybe 6 weeks, 7 weeks already. But the cost from my previous one, and when I got the quote for this one, was wild. Like, I spent $5,200 on the first one. Mm-hmm. This one was, I think, $9,200 or $9,300 for the same thing.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And I was just like, what?
Yeah.
Right.
It's nuts. The pricing. It's nuts how high
8 months
is.
in 8 months. In 8 months. And the Cycle Gorman one I did went from 7K to something like 13.5. And I was just like, where am I supposed to come up with an extra $7,000? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, so, you know, I've have to look at other printing scenarios, different, like, basically I got to pull out a million rabbits out of hats to like pull out some more money and like do alternative printing for like certain parts and pieces now.
Well, that's what Brian Polito does. Brian does these great variants, you know, and Ethan will do it, and a couple other guys will do it, and they'll do like a special 24-hour variant or something, whatever. You know, like say you take Carl's art and you just do a black and white version of it, and you throw that up there, you know, and that's a great way to supplement. The fans get something really rare. Say there's only 99 of them or 25 of them, 50 of them, whatever, and you get a way that helps you because we really don't make money off of it. That helps put money back into the coffer, you know, for you to be able to afford to make our books.
Yeah, exactly.
And the fans get something special, you know. That's it's all, you know. We have to look at this like it's business.
Totally.
You know, it's a business. I know we all got into this because we love it. We're all fans, but this is our time. As you know, as Nile posted, this is really a new golden age of for creator-owned comics.
And that's what I'm talking about right here. Like as soon as I started working like with Kickstarter and everything about a year ago, it changed my life. Like when you guys know this, when you're in the system, you're in the system, you know, and you have to behave a certain way if you want to keep getting work. You know what I mean? And they make you feel like, oh, you're honored to get this kind of work in a lot of scenarios. And I'm kind of like, no, you're honored for the back-breaking work I do 18 hours a day, 20 hours a day for you. Like, give me a break. And then when that goes away and it's just you doing the stuff that you love, the problem with the comic industry that I've had over the last bunch of years is everyone's coming at me to do their movie. Like it's their, you know, it's a movie that Boom wants to do, or it's a movie that IDW wants to do. And I got no problem with doing a movie as long as it's one that I want to make. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, and like, I'm not working for the big two. So I was like, you know, enough is enough. Like, I want to get back to making the awesome comics that I loved when I was a kid. And I want to do my stories and, you know, that kind of stuff. And as soon as I did the Kickstarter, I was like, oh my God, it's like way better. I mean, you have the Kickstarter work, but like, it's almost makes it all more fulfilling. So it's, doing Mother Trucker has been like the best thing I ever did in my life. It's amazing. Yeah,
you have to reach out to the wrestling community too. I don't know if you have, you know,
a little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Mobilize your animals. What are your fans? What are your followers? What do you call them?
The Animaniacs.
The Animaniacs. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. we definitely need to watch the video.
I was just gonna say we got to check it out.
It's incredible.
Okay. So wait, the videos are kind of crazy because like I make them with my wrestling friends. And this is the one from part 2, just edited a little bit. So the sound is a little funky near the end because we re-edited it for the Indiegogo. But it's ridiculous. You'll see.
It's pretty good.
All right, let's check it out.
Animal Bob Anger wrote Mother Trucker #1, and then he disappeared. No one's heard from him. Has anybody tried calling him?
So in the
What's that? What's that sound?
After the first book, Animal disappeared into the woods. This is him coming back.
I hear you, my Animaniacs! Ha ha! Leave well enough alone, could ya?
Oh no! The corporate machine!
I gave you a shot. I let you make your Space Trucker comic, but enough is enough. You've had your fun, and I didn't want to do this, but now I have to call in the big guns.
Listen up, kids! In this world, things work the way I say they work. I heard you calling for your buddy, the Animal. Well, the industry has a message for the new wave of old school.
Nice, the lone scream. Nice, bro.
I'll be a lesson to you. If I see the Animal in this town again, he's done for.
Oh, get him in the
Oh,
octopus.
wait a minute.
He's in the octopus.
Mother Trucker is a comic about a ass-stomping wrestle goddess who's trucking through the galaxy, looking for her long-lost kid and to become the greatest champion of truck-off, the WrestleMania of the Starways. You say, Uncle!
Uncle, Uncle! I give!
Let's make some mother trucking comics.
Yay! Yay!
Yeah. So we
Dude, were you guys drinking when you did this? Because I don't know how you,
Oh, yeah.
how you got through it. Freaking brilliant,
the first one was a little longer, but it was crazy like that too. It's all my buddies get into it who are into wrestling. The guy with the black hair who was like grabbing the two guys, that guy's now the Impact X Division champion. He's like huge in the States. And he Speedball Mike Bailey, he was my trainer for like 3 years during COVID. And I worked with that guy every week for like, 3-4 hours on a Wednesday. And I went from being a kind of a poopy wrestler to like a really good wrestler because of that guy. And the second COVID was over in January, he just went to the States and he's like, he fights John Moxley and Suzuki and he wrestles everyone in the US now. He exploded on TV. He's huge.
That's
great.
awesome.
Yeah. And Green Phantom's an old rival of mine. It's crazy. So those guys, and then the guy with the orange hair is like the guy that got me into wrestling, Shane Hawk. And he's one of my rivals in IWS too. We fight all the time, and he got me into this thing. And now he's working for me. He's the guy that's going to replace me as like the production manager at Lethal.
So
Oh,
did
that's
your
awesome.
buddy did your buddy get to wrestle with CM Punk when he came over there? Because I saw that CM Punk just came back and he's got a battle with John Moxley right now.
Yeah, he's got a battle with Moxley. So that's AEW. Speedball's in Impact. So what's crazy is a lot of the guys in AEW. So my best matches were against Evil Uno and Stu Grayson in the Dark Order. And then Matt, they call him Matt Menard or Daddy Magic and Parker. I think he's called Cool Hand Ange, are now part of like Jericho's thing. So they wrestle with Jericho.
Oh,
Those
cool.
guys were my personal trainers. So all the guys that like I've worked with are now on TV on AEW or Impact now. They're like super famous.
Yeah, they had a big fight just last night, I think. It was a big deal where they beat the crap out of Jericho and they were beating up Moxley and then they all came in the ring. Sorry, this is a completely off topic, I guess.
Yeah, sorry.
But I just saw it. I thought it was awesome because CM Punk came back and like I said, John Moxley has the belt now, and I just thought it was relevant. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Do you know Phil Guerrero? Small
listen to
guy. He
Fozzy?
wrestles. He's a Canadian guy too. I think he's up.
Yes, I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah,
He wrestled. He just won like a tag team championship, something.
Yeah,
like last week or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy.
Yeah.
But that's Phil and Mandy. Remember Phil from the Sci-Fi Network? Remember that show, the Anti-Gravity Room?
Yes.
Phil,
Totally.
He's a professional wrestler too now. Boom! Look at that, over a G, homie.
That's right.
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
3 weeks
All
left. And
the
you're gonna
stuff
keep
we're
this in
making on
demand,
this Indiegogo is just getting dumped right into making more Mother Trucker, more printing, more stuff. Yeah.
Hey, you had me at Sex Express.
Oh yeah, my tag team partner, the Sex Express, Sexy Eddie, and he's got 3 X's.
Levin's bought round trip tickets.
Yeah, I got right.
Yeah.
Andy, I gotta ask you that piece of art with the 3, with
You want to scan down now?
that piece of art is brilliant. They're all tangled up together
On a burger.
And
Yeah, they're on a hamburger.
Where is it?
It's the first one.
It's the very first one.
It's the main image.
I completely lost my train of thought.
It's the cover. It's the cover for the second book.
Yeah.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
So it's every.
Oh my God!
Oh no!
Oh no. That's
God,
terrifying.
that's terrifying. Yeah.
That is terrifying.
That is terrifying.
Oh.
The new wrestler, the Bionic
The
Rabbit,
beastly bunny.
the Terminator Rabbit. What was it? What was the one that Nelson did? That's
That's right, the Terminator Rabbit. What was it? The
oh my god, so disturbing. Look at this.
It's so
yeah,
where the
it's
hell
kinda
did you
got
get
me-
that mask?
All of my
Like, I'm
all
not
of
gonna
my
get to sleep.
crowdfunding business is that rabbit's fault. That rabbit made me do it.
He's like the rabbit from what was it? Monty Python's Holy Grail.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fangs! It's the fangs and the
Run
claws.
away! Run away!
I still have got armor for this.
this, yes.
Very
Have a
disturbing.
rabbit
Jimmy, very disturbing.
stew.
Hi.
Oh my
Pure
God.
rabies.
Well, you married him.
I know.
You know,
I do
Amanda.
read this
Say
rabbit.
one thing,
She
Amanda.
loves that cottontail.
There.
Oh!
That was the reference piece for that Zatanna piece that she did on her Kickstarter.
Yeah, yeah, it was. It was all,
With all the
I
rabbits.
just used that for reference.
Well, Amanda, you'll never be bored.
Oh, never, never. I'm never bored. It's always something going on here.
It's the botch neuter rabbit.
Oh Lord.
Oh.
Oh,
Too much.
That's amazing.
crazy.
This so,
Just psycho.
Jimmy, that thing is terrifying.
Where the hell did you get that?
I don't
Like,
know.
that's
Wherever it is, I don't want to know.
We did this was like, a couple of Halloweens, maybe like, I don't know, four Halloweens ago, maybe. We did like a really twisted Alice in Wonderland and Rabbit. And that was, that was
You
part
guys know I have the Pooh costume.
You do have
I'm
the food.
so glad you
I
have
have
the
the Winnie the
Pooh
Pooh costume. Yeah.
costume.
nice.
I have the Winnie the Pooh costume.
The Pooh costume.
I have the Pooh costume. Yeah.
That
Thank God
that,
I lost the history.
that,
It's safe.
that costume terrorized some very special people.
I know. It does not fit me. I thought Darwin was at least I thought he was as big as I am. He was not.
Let me
can't
find
get
it, Andy. Let me find it. I know I can
I
find
can
it.
barely get into the damn thing.
I'm
Thanks
so
for the
glad
super
you have
chat,
that.
Randy
Right up
Howell.
my crap.
Satanic Tricks
I think
Rabbit.
that's Darwin's joke is when I put it on, the thing goes right up my ass. And I'm like, oh, but I have to wear it. It's too funny. But it hurts. Yeah.
Do you is there some ethereal vodka smelling laughter in the room when you try and do that?
Yeah. Yeah. So I pulled it out.
There
I
it
pulled it
is.
on Mike Cho. Yeah. At Dragon Con a few years
Sharing
ago.
the screen, Billy?
Yeah, I'll share it. Hang on. Let me
Costume.
open it
Oh, I'm
up.
so glad.
So-
I got totally. I was asking you about that piece of art, and I got totally sidetracked. Sorry about that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so
the
the
Mess
piece
of
of
Women.
artwork. Did you get people to pose for you, or did you just do that?
Oh,
I know that move. I do that move to people.
Ah, okay. Because it's really. I don't know if most people know this, but it's really difficult to do multiple characters all intertwined with each other. I've done it a few times, and it's not easy, but it really makes for some fun art.
Well, yeah. Well, in wrestling, you get to know the holds, right? And
Yes.
and
yes.
that's yeah.
Dude, see
Yeah.
that you have to do the naked variant version of that now.
Yeah.
There is a naked variant version.
There
of
you
it.
go, dude. I'm telling you, load it
What are you
up.
talking about?
Billy, I'll load it up tomorrow for you on the
There you go.
Indiegogo, and
All right,
it
real
can be
quick,
for sale. Yeah,
All right, here's what Andy's talking about.
there it is.
There it is.
Okay, so on
I
him,
love him. And,
I don't
with the gloves.
look how baggy
Oh,
it looks. Look how baggy it looks. On me, it looks like I'm wearing a little kid's costume, and my arms are busting out of it. It's ridiculous.
You and I took a picture with it at Dragon Con.
Yeah, I have one with Joe. Yeah, you were there that year.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
Do
know
you
if
know
I
where
came
that
over to you
costume
wearing
came
it.
from? You're gonna love this. That costume came from. There's a little Episcopal church up the road from us, and Darwin bought it at their little thrift store.
It's in my studio right now. Yeah, it's over at my studio.
Billy,
Oh,
it kind of looked like Nile was in the back of that picture you posted. Nile was in
Yeah.
the
that
background.
might have been Nile in the back.
It might have
there.
been me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you
like,
gotta
"Really,
get a mannequin
here?"
and put him in the mannequin and have it
I
behind
don't. I lost my sense of smell in a car accident when I was a kid. But
What?
like when I was standing next to Cho, I could tell he could smell it. I could tell he could smell it. Yeah. Because he mentioned something like that. Like he mentioned it smelled like something. I remember. And then he kept going like this because he thought I was going to hit him when I was wearing it. But I didn't use any racial slurs. So
That's a win. It's a win-win.
Yeah.
Win-win-win-win.
Well done.
I didn't think about hitting him though. And I did give him the finger like the entire time.
With the gloves.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the dragon guys were so happy I had that thing that they had me wear it to like one of their parties and walk around, and they were all like having some sort of strange like Darwin seance. Dragon gets weird, okay? Dragon Con gets weird.
Yeah. I mean, did they remember it from? Because I remember he brought it to Dragon Con, and wore it there, and I'm wondering if they remembered it from years ago. The
they sure did.
Costume.
Yeah, they sure did. Yeah.
I'm guessing they're hoping that like maybe Darwin's ghost will possess you if you have the poo costume on.
You can just start yelling at people.
I don't know.
Andy, we got to get you on Fraga's show.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Man. Match you wear the poo costume and he wears his pink bunny suit.
Yeah, the Christmas story
That's
pink
what I
bunny
wanna
suit.
see.
This sounds like it's gonna go like nowhere good. I was telling Andy Smith yesterday that I've only kind of met Dan Fraga one time, and I was maybe 16, going to my first like convention in Toronto, and he had just done Bloodstrike, and like I was going near around the Image area, and like this kid walked up in front of his booth to get his autograph and pooped on the ground in front of him. And then the next hour was just Dan Fraga running around laughing as hard as he could, saying, "This kid pooped in front of my table. This kid pooped in front of my table."
What?
Was the kid not wearing pants? Like
I don't know what happened. Shorts maybe, and it just fell out. I don't know.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I think he might
oh
have
my god,
been-
that poor kid must have been mortified. Oh my god.
It was hardcore. Yeah. It was pretty heavy
So
duty.
bad for that kid.
Yeah,
Who
you gotta
cleaned
get
it up?
Fraga show to that.
Especially because Dan was
Never
running
meet,
around
never meet
swinging
your
everything.
He
hero.
just took a piece of just took a Bristol board and scooped it up.
Yeah,
Oh,
only at a Comic-Con will that happen.
never meet your heroes.
Never meet your
Never meet
heroes.
your heroes.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
wrong.
Is that what he wanted signed?
Oh,
Maybe.
No,
No,
too much.
maybe.
Too much.
The
Maybe.
kid grew up to be Brian Blevins.
That story
Oh.
finally came
I
out.
told you that in confidence.
oh, what is
Sorry.
that?
You swore you wouldn't tell.
I was there. I saw it all.
I've never been to Canada, so
That's where he came up with Fraga Boom.
Yeah.
Because it just
Oh.
popped down.
oh,
Fraga
we're
Boom.
like Fraga poo.
Good times, man. We have a lot
Good
of
times.
people
Oh my
shitting
God.
at booths on the
Hey
floor.
Billy, where's the duck stick?
I got the duck
Oh,
stick.
we
What's
gotta
a
have the
duck
duck
stick?
stick.
Not
Oh, you haven't seen the duck stick?
God, it wouldn't be a party without the duck stick.
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
You know what? So Saturday's my birthday, and Debbie's like, "What do you want to do?" And I'm like, "I want to go to this really nice restaurant we have by us. So we're gonna take me, Debbie, and the boys. And gosh darn it, thank you for reminding me. I'm bringing the duck stick to dinner. The Le Soir. It's called Le Soir. It's a great restaurant. It's a great
Sorry,
restaurant.
Deb.
So I'm gonna bring like the duck stick. I'm gonna walk out in the car like a Cheerio.
And like it's your birthday, so she
And the
can't
duck
say
stick
nothing
will
bad
have a
about
and the duck stick will have a Chardonnay.
it.
Yeah.
He's like, what will you be having for dinner? He's just like, look at my cane.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you'll have the ducks, sir.
You could tell them it'll kill a werewolf.
This I could say this will protect you from werewolves. Like a lunatic. You know what the funny thing is no one's surprised by what I do around this town. We've been
Like,
able-
why do you not have a chair for the duck stick?
Everything
We got a
you would
couple
imagine
happy
people
birthdays
say
in there.
about
Early
me.
Yeah,
happy
happy
birthdays
birthday.
coming through.
Happy birthday to
Right.
Jimmy.
Big birthday.
Yeah,
boy.
happy
Happy
birthday to
birthday to
Jimmy.
Jimmy as
Was
well.
right after you, Billy,
Yeah,
right? Is
Jimmy's
it
the
Yeah.
14th.
14?
Jimmy, we used to, when we lived in New York, we used to have like combination birthday parties with, we would have a big party for Billy and Jimmy together. It was fun.
And the last one we did was for Jimmy's 55th and my 50th in Boston.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
That was a crazy one. And then Mark McKenna, if you guys know Mark McKenna, he said he walked by and he saw that there was a party. Now I didn't know we were having a party. I think you and Debbie did it or something, right? You and Debbie did it. I think put it together.
I think you know what I think. If it was in Boston, I think Randy put it together.
Yeah. So so then Mark McKenna's like, yeah, I saw there was a party and you were in there and Jimmy and everybody. And I was like, I'm like, well, why didn't you all come in? He's like, well, I wasn't invited. I'm like, it's in the bar. Just come on in. Like, you're invited. This is invitation only.
You're not allowed to come into the bar.
Yeah, really. So, but good times. But yeah, we had some crazy. There was crazy debauchery those days. Some of those parties.
Oh my
we were
God,
like, we were so young, crazy.
It was nuts. Yeah.
Hey, what's really
I remember
awesome-
San Diego used to be crazy.
Oh yeah.
San Diego
And it used to be during your birthdays, your respective birthdays. San Diego, we used to.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I had my. I'm gonna say my third worst hangover. At yours and Jimmy's birthday after. Yeah,
They were nuts. And then like Dick's and all. Dick's is gone now, Andy.
Oh, Dick's was amazing.
Last resort was so
it's all highfalutin down there now.
Oh,
yeah.
There was some real dive bars that remember they had that pool hall.
Was
we
Dick's
used to go
the
to.
bar?
Yeah,
What?
Dick's Last Resort.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the waiters
mean
would come
to you?
over and put like a sign on a girl's back that was like near you that would say like I'm a cheap slut.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. I just
It's
remember
killing
they used to yell at you and be obnoxious to you. It's like you went there to get
Die laughing.
abused
Yeah.
by the wait staff.
Yeah, I never laughed so hard in my life. I have
Yeah,
a
but then
great
we'd yell back at them. We're like, we're from New York. And then they shrink back. And then Darwin got hit over the head with a whiskey bottle.
That was
Oh,
not
yeah.
at Dick's Last Resort.
No,
That
that
was
was
at the
Hotel.
Hyatt.
Yeah,
It was at the
Yeah.
Hyatt. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't
those were the
there.
days.
I
I'll
didn't
drink
see
to
it. I
that.
was
That was
sleeping,
great.
But I
I believe it was
Why
the
is
year
it
after.
in Vegas. Yes.
Dancing.
Yeah, that's a
Oh
yeah,
my God,
Jimmy,
Danzig would come.
yeah, that was when
Crazy.
I had my bad hangover. Was when Glenn Danzig was involved.
Oh,
I know.
was it 05, Daniel? Is that the Hyatt? It was a Sunday, right, Amanda?
No, I think it was the night of the
Eisner's?
Eisner's.
Oh, Friday.
I was exhausted, so I went up to bed early, and all I know is that and Darwin had gotten an adjoining room for Jimmy and I, and he and Marcia were in the other one, and his niece was staying in our room, and all I know is the door opened, and Darwin was there, and he goes, "I should have been smart and gone to bed early like Connor here."
Do you know what he was doing before that? Do
What's
you know
that?
what he was doing before that?
Yeah, he was getting a bottle smashed over his head.
Oh,
That's-
okay. So then it was either the year before that or the year after.
Uh-huh.
Cameron Stewart had won an Eisner, and
Yeah.
he was up there crying about like his friends. So he would mention me, and he came back to the table, and Darwin and I were like making fun of him. And then he put his Eisner on the table, and Cameron went to go talk to someone else. And Darwin was like, "Hey, you want to go to the bar?" I'm like, "Sure." So we go to the bar. We get outside, and I swiped Cameron's Eisner, and we went to the bar. And we were taking photos with it with my Sony Ericsson, and I was like putting it down my pants and like basically doing horrible shit with his Eisner all over town. He was texting or calling, trying to find it because he had lost it. And like Cook and I went to the bar. We then got in a fight with each other. Like, because he was picking with someone at the bar. And whenever Cook would pick with someone at the bar, I didn't want it to turn into him like getting arrested and then kicked out of the US. So I would like get in there and start fucking with him so he would fight me. So then the two of us started like going at it. He kicked me in the chin. He was trying to kick me in the balls, but he kicked me in the chin so bad. I had a black goose egg for like 3 weeks on my ankle. The bouncers come over and they're trying to split us up. And then the two of us start pushing the bouncers. Right? And they're like, how the hell are these guys on the same team all of a sudden? So then they kick us out. He's so drunk. I get him in one of those rickshaws and he's like drooling out of his mouth, like drool. And I'm holding him up. I'm like, Cook, you're in a bad way, buddy. Like, you're in a bad way. And he's like, no, I'm fine. We get to the Hyatt. He immediately jumps out of the rickshaw in front of the big crowd of people, just like whips down his pants and is showing everyone his wang, right?
Okay.
And like,
I never
like
heard
my other friends from Toronto see it and they're running over and like diving in front to try and stop people who see it. I had my Sony Ericsson out and I'm taking pictures. Like,
The Sony Ericsson, I love that.
Yeah.
Sony
Remember
that
Ericsson.
was the end of Cook that night. He got taken to bed and then my night got even crazier. But like San Diego used to be wild.
Yeah.
It was
Oh
nuts.
my God, that's the first time I've ever heard that story. That is just crazy.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I have a
You
lot of
got
adventures.
canceled like 15 ways from Sunday if you did that today.
And the funny thing is, now we're having conversations like, Amanda, meet us in the back of the Marriott by the fire pits. No one goes there. Right? It should be so crazy. Like I said, the fights and oh my God, the brawls and pushing Nelson into the water, into the fountain and stuff like that. And just
First time I met Thierry, he was like in a fight with a guy. And I
Was
brought
he-
it up again in Dallas. I was like, first time I met you, you were chasing some kid to beat the shit out of him in the Hyatt foyer in San Diego. And I went right up to you after and was like talking to you. He was like, "Oh, that wasn't a fight. I like that kid." I was like, "You were gonna kill that guy." What are you talking about? You're gonna kill him. And he was like, "Oh, I like that guy now. It's fine." I'm like, "All right, Thierry."
good times. Good times.
San Diego,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
San
Anyway,
Diego.
it's so fun. Like now, crowdfunding and like all you guys are doing it. I just did a pair of covers that connect for Polito for Lady Death.
excellent.
Oh,
Yeah, I
nice.
saw that. That looks
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
was really
here's
fun.
another thing. Here's another thing is when you launch on Kickstarter and Indiegogo, Andy, I'll share the link of my next update. I'll send it Monday, my next update out, but I'll send it out to everybody in Indiegogo, to our backers. And that's
Cool.
something we should do. You know, is like, say you have a friend who has say Amanda, you guys are on Kickstarter. Get someone else who has a Kickstarter campaign to share at the end of their update. Here's the first round of colors, whatever your update would be for that day. And at the bottom, and then say, but also, by the way, here's another book to check out. Here's our friend's book. And it's amazing how you get that cross-pollination of fandom. And you'll see your numbers go up. You really do.
It really works.
What's that?
It really works.
Yeah, and we're all in this together, So
Yeah, totally.
let's do this. And because I look at Marvel and DC right now as competition again. I really do. Amanda, doing this now like it was in the late 90s, early 2000s. That's how I see them now. That I love this. I feel so re-energized doing our own books again and stuff like that. And, they don't help each other out, and we should as cartoonists, as creators, writers, artists, colors, we should help each other out and share our projects.
Mm-hmm.
And support
Brian
each-
is
Yeah.
crushing.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Brian is crushing. When I mentioned it to people, they like kind of like Lady Death. I'm like, yeah, Lady Death.
Yeah.
Like, who can compare?
He's
Like,
made almost $7 million in 5 years or so, 6 years. Crazy.
I feel like he's made like
Amazing.
5 of those in the last 2 years. Like,
Yeah, it's incredible. He definitely
he
has.
deserves
He's got a niche market, man. He definitely hit it right for that.
Mhm.
yeah, but he
Yeah.
grows it, he builds it.
Oh,
he,
yeah.
Like show me someone at Marvel DC right now that's making the kind of money he is.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
And he's in Diamond and stuff too. I mean, they're not just doing that. Once he does all that, I mean, he breaks everything down. I mean, he still has, he's got secondary, third markets,
Yeah.
where he's also selling. So I mean, he's doing, when you're talking 7 million or so, that's just like accumulated in crowdfunding.
Right.
But now he's also bringing it to local comic shops and other things. I mean, they've created a whole universe with what they're doing.
Mhm.
And I mean, he created his empire.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
it's like an empire.
If everyone
It's
can do it,
crazy.
you got to do it,
But it ain't easy.
No.
No, and he's been fortunate though. He's built up a good team too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the team is great.
and all that. That's key as
It
well.
gives him time because when you're busy doing that, you're not at the drawing board or the writing. Andy, that it's like that's why you're trying to build up people to do the stuff that's going to make it so that you can be at the drawing board.
I need to be at the
Correct.
drawing board. Like this
Yeah.
is getting silly because I just don't.
Yeah.
I'm leaving so much money on the table just by not having out more books. So
Yeah.
I just need to be.
Mhm.
I need
Yeah.
to be making at least 3 Mother Truckers a year. Which I mean, in my heyday, I was like 250 pages a year, no problem.
Yeah,
Like
like
220. Now, like to get out, like when I'm like, hey, I'm gonna do 3 of them. People are like, whoa. I'm like, it's only 90 pages. Like,
Yeah.
it's only 90
Yeah, we're
pages.
doing
Like,
that next
kind
year.
of
We plan to launch 4 new books next year, 4 campaigns
Crazy.
in 2023. One more this year in October, and then we do next year. And you know, we've done this before, and we can all do it. And anyone out there who, you know, we get a lot of people who watch our shows and stuff who want to do this themselves. You can do it. I mean, these are very talented people here, all here, but they work their asses off. And every one of us is accessible. You know, email us. You know, I mean, Amanda doesn't necessarily do the.
I'm terrible with
Yeah, don't
social
bother
media
Amanda.
email, but you know, eventually it'll get to me. Jimmy will be like, "Hey, check your email." I'm like, "Oh, yeah.
I heard a rumor that somebody on this panel right here might have a Kickstarter coming up next year. That hasn't already mentioned it. That's not me.
Me?
Nile Scala.
What? Medico?
Whoa.
Medico 2022.
Bill, every year we say it. It's coming out. It's coming out every year.
Medico 2023. It's happening.
And then 2023, like
in.
Medico 2024.
No, it's coming out next year.
It's happening.
It's
Coming
happening.
out in
We'll all
October.
help you. Me and Blevins, we got you.
And the Brian
Wow.
Blevins sketchbook is coming out next year.
Shit, you got your little sketches, your little
Yeah.
your little 3M.
It's actually in like it's post-it size too. It's really cute.
Yeah, and it's 3 pages. And
Anyway,
it's
well,
gonna be
guys,
great.
I think we've had them on for an hour and a half.
Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely.
Guys, you
But
guys are amazing. Yeah, sorry.
Just real quick, anyone out there, again, you know, if you get a chance, make sure to check out Hot and Messy, The Art of a Man Encounter art book, hardcover edition. 7 days to go left on the campaign. Again, if you like it, back it, share it.
I backed it today. Yay.
There you go. Boom.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
It just helps spread the love. And then head on over to Indiegogo, Mother Trucker, the double whammy. This is fresh on Indiegogo, 21 days to go, already at hitting that $1,000 mark. So remember to check this out. Check out the video. It's hilarious. Look at the inserts, the pages that are in there, and all the different tier levels. And show the animal, Mr. Andy here, why Indiegogo is such a great platform.
Yep. And and I proudly back both of these projects. And Andy, the bros love you, man. So we'll get you doing the do the round table of the professionals too.
Sure.
Let's get some Indiegogo love for you. Let them know.
Yeah,
let the Indiegogo audience know about you for sure.
Sounds good. Oh, there he is.
There's Jimmy.
Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Happy
You too, buddy.
birthday.
Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday.
Patrick Briggs, too. Shout out to Patrick. Patrick's birthday, same day as mine.
as Jimmy.
Oh, really?
Oh, happy birthday, Patrick.
Happy birthday,
It's like
Patrick.
40 years earlier, though.
You know what's
Yeah,
awesome?
Patrick
I
and
worked
Jimmy.
my ass off on a beautiful Hellboy for Patrick at the last show.
Oh,
And
I
I
think
made
that's
sure
on
it had
his
some
wall.
nudity in it.
Yeah, it's on his wall.
Nakedity.
Man, Jimmy is hitting that special milestone where your age is the year that you were born, something that only millennials know.
That is. I was born in 61, and I'm going to be 61 in a day or two, a couple of days.
Look at it's like he drinks the blood of virgins. or
I
I
something.
know.
Yes.
I really wouldn't guess that.
Look at
Look
that.
how cute he is, Amanda. Look how
That's
cute
because
he is.
Amanda keeps him young.
The flesh
Oh.
of 7
Oh, it's so
virgins.
adorable.
It's that woman right there. Keeps me young.
Aw.
That and the blood of virgins, yes.
Yes.
Plus, when you back Amanda's Kickstarter, I get a day younger.
Yeah. So save Jimmy.
Wow.
That
Save Jimmy.
explains
That's
it.
pretty awesome.
Thank you, Vaughn.
Vaughn Coleman's in the house. What's up,
Hey,
Vaughn?
Vaughn. What's up, man?
Thank
Jimmy,
you, Vaughn. I
you gotta
appreciate
smoke cigars with Vaughn. He's a good guy, man. Good dude.
Hey, y'all, don't forget to give Billy Tucci some love too. His birthday's the day
that.
before.
Yeah, Billy.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
Saturday, right, Billy?
Saturday. Yep. So me and the duck stick. Have you heard?
What'd you
We're
get
going
for your
to-
birthday? What'd you get for your birthday,
Not
Billy?
his birthday yet.
What are you going to get? Do you know?
Oh, I got what I got already. I got Debbie bought me a whole kilt ensemble.
Nice.
Did I
Because
sign up
you
for-
discovered
Yeah,
that you have a lot of Scottish in you.
No underwear. Never
and that's
underwear.
what I asked Debbie. I said, "Do you have any Scottish in you?" And she's like, "No." And I'm like,
Would you like
want
some?
You will on your birthday.
Yeah, no, I'm
Hey.
pretty-
The kilt's
Thanks,
easy
buddy.
access.
Yeah, no,
I
no,
just
I'm-
want
I'm-
to see. I just want to see Billy go back to his Lost Boys look. That's all I care
Yes.
God, man, how
I'm
incredible is
obsessed
that?
Dude,
with
that's
those
like the
photos.
look now.
I
That
watch
whole
know.
Lost
look is
Boys
back.
once a month, and whenever Jimmy or Billy posts those photos, I was like, Billy, come on, just bring it back
Road
once.
warrior.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Thank you,
Billy and
Justin.
Jimmy, Double Dragon. That's awesome.
The last time I had a haircut like that was Heroes Con 1995, and all these fuckers made fun of me. So,
Oh,
Hey, Andy, I was going to say, Andy, on your Indiegogo, you should have a pledge level where people get to wrestle you at the con, like in the bar.
yeah.
I had a joke tier on my Kickstarter where if you pledge $10,000, I'll fly to your house and shoot a promo and wrestle you in your front lawn.
well, I think the cool one would be
No
like
one's ever got it.
I think like $1,000, and you will let somebody beat you at the bar at the con. Like you wrestle, but you let them beat you for like $1,000. You know, so they can have some props for themselves.
So you know
It's
Aviles,
a
like the show
story.
in
It's a
Spain, the
story.
Aviles show in Spain. You know that
What's
one,
that?
Jimmy? You know the Aviles show in Spain?
I've never been to it, but I know it. Yeah.
Okay, so I went there last time, and those people are insane. So it's like it starts at 10 o'clock, and I was there with Fabry. So you know we're in trouble, right?
All the booze.
And every single person in the line, there's huge line, and it's just in the cafe in front of the hotel, brings you a beer, you do them a drawing, and drink a beer with them,
Oh.
right? And then they move
Wow.
on, and the next guy comes and brings you a beer. So I must have had like 25 beers
Ooh.
a day for 4 days
Ugh.
straight, right?
And European
And then-
beer.
I'm
kicks
sure
your
those
ass.
sketches look great after a while.
Actually, I found out that like on beer number 8, I am like genius level artist. Like there's just no cares in the world, and I'm just like that's when I shine. I just can't
You
get
like-
that drunk every day.
You like Bill Sienkiewicz? Like Bill Sienkiewicz? Like
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, I have photos of the super drunk ones, and they're actually pretty good.
That's a good book. Super Drunk is the superhero nobody's done yet. Super Drunk.
So the first night, they know I'm a wrestler. They've seen the mask. They have me at the bar. So you go for dinner like at 10:30 or 11, and then you go to the bar and shut down the bar at 5 or 6 in the morning. But like the first night, there was a lineup of dudes who just wanted to arm wrestle me.
Oh.
Oh,
I was
no.
I was in I think 12 arm wrestling matches.
Did you win them all?
No, I lost every single one. Like the first guy was just like huge, right? And I get in there and I was giving her like really hard, and then I made him think that he won like I let him win. So I was just like, and he's like, "You're not trying." I'm like, "Yes, I am." And he wins. He's like, "You let me win." And I was like, "I would never do that." And I was like, "Fuck, that guy was huge." Like,
You don't want to like pop your arm out of the socket.
You got to
Yeah, he
tickle
would've
their
killed me.
balls. You got to tickle their balls. When you're arm wrestling, the other arm, you tickle their balls, they drop right away.
yeah.
Oh my
So I
god.
let the 12 guys win,
How do you do
right?
this?
But I made it look good, like I was really going. And then they had this woman come in, and I gave it to her so hard I threw her out a window. Like,
There you go, buddy.
Tickle
There
her
you go.
balls.
you old bitch.
Huh?
Yeah.
You tickled the balls.
Tickle the ball.
He tickled her balls real
Stick
good.
with the balls.
It's a good way to end the show.
Yeah, that's a great way to end it.
What a great segue.
Guys, anyway, thank you all for joining us. Jimmy, love you guys. Amanda, Andy,
Thanks,
Levin.
guys.
You guys
Love
are
you
best.
back.
Love you guys.
Guys, back,
Love
please
you
check out
too.
these campaigns. One on Kickstarter, one on Indiegogo. Amanda, congratulations on smashing 100,000.
Thank you
Kick
so
ass.
much. Thank you.
You got a week
everybody,
left,
so
Jimmy.
much.
If you heard, I'm like, you guys got to do a live stream. You want to do it here or whatever? Like, do a last half hour live stream or just last day. Have fun. Have a few
Oh,
drinks.
on the on next Wednesday? Yeah, we'll see.
Why not?
Busy day, but
It is. Yeah.
It's busy, but whatever. If you
we'll
want
figure
to,
it out.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
Mhm.
When we will
And
stop
Andy,
by your house.
Indiegogo people, check out Andy Belanger.
It was close.
Belanger.
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 Oh,
Je suis français, oui.
Now, but
Hey,
Brother
man.
Trucker, check out Brother Trucker.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about Andy's books is that they are all done.
Hold on.
So his books are done. So he'll be.
Andy
he'll
puts
be
the ooh in the ooh la la.
yeah.
Done, son.
I love you guys. Now, thank you for
Love you.
coming on, guys.
Thank you so much for having us. We love you right back.
Yep.
Blevins, be good, buddy.
I will. You too. See you later.
Niall,
Bye,
good to
Amanda.
see you.
All right, good seeing everyone. Have a great night. And
Andy,
then
nice
we'll be
meeting you.
back. We'll be back Monday
guys.
with the great Jim Valentino, and we'll be talking the 30th anniversary of Shadowhawk, which will be in your local comic shops Wednesday the 17th when Amanda Connors campaign is ending. So make sure to back that campaign and head over to your comic shop to pick this up because we're going to check it out Monday with Jim Valentino. Everyone have yourselves a great night.
The 17th is Johnny Romita Jr.'s birthday.
We need to have him
That's
on.
a crazy day.
It's going to be
Need to have him
60
on.
again.
So many Leos.
So many Leos.
So many.
So awesome.
All right, everyone, have a great night, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye, everybody.
Hey everyone! Thank you for joining us on Pop XP. If you haven't already, make sure to click that subscribe button, and also click the bell for notifications when we go live and we upload new awesome new content. Also, don't forget to head on over to Twitter and follow us at the Pop XP, and over on Instagram at the Pop XP. Thanks again, everyone. See you soon.